So, in today's video, I want to talk about a topic that I don't think I hear talked about too much. And this applies for really whatever your goal is with lifting. Um, and it's that training does not have to be perfect. There will come a time where your training will not be totally on point. You will miss workouts. Um, you won't feel the best during a session. Life gets busy, things come up, things happen. Even happens to me, happens to even the best in the industry who take it very seriously. Um, but I think becoming very aware of what you want out of your training is important. So getting very clear on why you are training, you know, what got you into lifting in the first place. Was it just to be healthier, lose weight, build muscle, get bigger? Um, just you wanted to age better? You know, remembering why you got into training is important to remind yourself as time goes on because you can get very into it. There's a lot of nuance in training and you can become very knowledgeable in things and get wrapped up in it. And when things start to kind of, life gets in the way and you can't train the exact way you may want to, you just got to remember what's the actual reason you got into training. And it probably wasn't the reason probably wasn't to follow very specific protocols forever, you know. Uh, and it's fine that you do that. I do that as well, but if things come up and you can't do it the exact way you want to, that's okay. Just take that break that you had, take that, um, I don't even want to call it a setback because it's not a setback. It's just training won't always be the most important thing in your life. The most important thing, though, is that once you get off of it for a little bit, just get back up, get back on the horse and keep going. That's all you can do, and that really is the most important thing when it comes to training and lifting weights is that you don't ever just stop, or you don't ever let your breaks and the hard times really put too big of a dent in your training, and that you always get back up and you keep going. And don't let the setbacks stop you from getting back up. Don't get so wrapped up in that your training has to be so perfect or a specific way, in that because you missed a session or you were off for a week or two, don't think that it's just not worth it at that point. Um, just reset, get back up, and keep going for it. Um, because even I have times where things just become more important than lifting. Lifting can't always be the most important thing in your life. If unless it literally is your career and it's how you make a living, then it's a little bit easier, but for most of us, including myself, it's not. It's something I do on the side. And if you work a full-time job and you have a family and you have friends and you have hobbies, you know, those things sometimes will just take up more time than they usually do, and that might put lifting on the back burner for a moment. The thing to remember is to just, it's okay. It's okay that that happens. And like myself, I don't always like when that happens, but just bring it back to the front burner when the time is right. You know, it's not the end of the world if you're truly committed to lifting forever and like, when you're really old, that's a long time to lift. So, even not that I'm saying to take a year and put lifting on the back burner, but even if that happened, that's only 1 year of your life, assuming you live a full, natural, long life. So, yeah, I just wanted to say that even with getting into training and learning all the different nuanced parts of training and programming and all this stuff, don't forget why you started lifting in the first place. And if you started lifting to be healthier because you wanted to be there for your family and, you know, just be in better shape, or maybe you wanted to get in better shape so you can do more physical activities with your friends or with your family. And you got so into lifting that you're now not even doing those things because you're so into lifting. You're not going on like, walks or hikes or whatever it may be. Or maybe you're doing it, you wanted to get in better shape for a sport, but now you're not even doing that sport anymore because your lifting um, has taken place of that. And that's okay. That's fine. Like for me, I have sports I do on the side, and I also want to take lifting very seriously and develop uh, develop my physique the best that I can. And balancing those two things can be difficult at times, but the key is to actually do both of them, and to think you're gonna balance it is just unrealistic. You won't always be in balance. A lot of people say like find your balance. Like I don't agree with that. I just don't think you're always going to be perfectly balanced. Sometimes my training is just taken off and it's really good, and I'm just not really doing other things, and maybe I don't want to. But then there's other times where I'm like, I'm really feeling like doing other things, and I'll do it, and my training kind of gets, a little bit out of whack, but it's fine, like that's I'm doing what I want to do. I mean, if perfectly making a balanced schedule and doing that is what you want, then do that. I'm just saying for me, I've tried that. It doesn't work for me because it's just too life is too unpredictable. I try to make things so scheduled and perfect, but once one thing comes up, then my whole schedule changes. So, yeah, just wanted to say a few things of maybe to get you to realize what got you into training uh, to begin with, and to don't forget about those things. Keep doing those things because that will only make your training better. If you forgo things that you used to do that you liked and you brought training into your life, which is good, but you stop those completely, I don't think you will feel the full benefits of training, because I feel like training will almost become too much. It'll feel too much like work. You should look forward to it. You should want to do it, just like your hobbies. You don't force yourself to do your hobbies. You do it when you want to, but you actually want to do it. You actually look forward to doing it. So I'm not saying train only when you feel like it, but I'm saying it's okay if something else takes some more time out of your training than it usually does. So hopefully that's just a little, reminder if you're, so wrapped up in training and it becomes too much and you're just not doing other things you enjoy, I'm just give yourself permission to do those things. So, yeah, hopefully that helped. That's all I wanted to say today, and I'll see you on the next one.